with the Samsung Galaxy A36 on the horizon, I think it's time for us to take a final look at the Samsung Galaxy A35. Like, what has changed in the last 9 to 10 months since this phone was launched? Well, for one thing, and as usual with Samsung phones, a significant drop in price. It debuted at $350, but now on Amazon you can get it for as low as $264. Here in Nigeria, the base version with 8 gigs of RAM and the 128 gigs of internal storage sells for as low as 444,000 naira, with some sellers even throwing in some few gifts as motivation to buy it. Now, that's a huge drop in price that makes this phone even more attractive to buy right now. Now, when it comes to the design, with Samsung's introduction of the key island and the flat frame, it really made the A35 not only look great, but super comfortable to hold. I've been using it without a case for a while now, and honestly, it has not slipped off my hands mistakenly. That tells you how good it is to grip. The 3 microphones also make some really huge noticeable difference, ensuring that you get very clear audio when you are making calls. And this speaker, even though it's just one speaker grid, sounds super nice. Yeah. So another upgrade that keeps the A35 competitive, even 10 months after, is Samsung's decision to replace the water drop notch with a punch hole display. At 6.6 inches, 1080p, 120Hz Super AMOLED, and 1000 nits at peak brightness, this display still checks all of the boxes for a lower mid-range phone in 2025. And Samsung being the king of display, the colors remains vibrant on this smartphone. The under-display optical fingerprint scanner works just fine, not super fast, but quite decent. Now, with that 120Hz refresh rate enabled, the phone feels really smooth and fluid when you're operating it. And then also we have the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection on the screen that helps protect it against scratches and dents. Now, one thing I really didn't expect to still say 10 months after this phone is released is the fact that it is still stuck with the Android 14 and the One UI 6.1 that it came out of the box with. Now, Samsung promised 4 years for all of their A series. By now, I was expecting at least we'll be having Android 15 and One UI 7. But yeah, fingers crossed. We're still waiting for that on this phone and every other Samsung device, I think, apart from the S25 series. Now, that said, One UI 6.1 offers extensive customization for both the lock screen and your home screen using widgets, so you can be able to tweak your phone to look exactly the way you want it. And then also it comes packed with lots of features as usual that really comes in handy for you. Now let's talk about performance, because whether you like it or not, the Exynos 1380 processor hasn't really won everyone over, making it the most debated aspect of the A35. But let's be clear on something. The Exynos 1380 chipset on this smartphone is not bad. It scores impressive on Geekbench and Antutu scores, as you can see. And when it comes to daily tasks, it performs really well. Light gaming runs smoothly on this phone. I've been playing as Fat Naira here without having any kind of hiccups or lags or whatever. But once you start having longer or extensive gaming sessions and pushing this phone to the limit, you get to really start experiencing those lags and overheating issues. Even during the initial setup and apps download to test this phone, I really did notice this phone getting pretty hot. But to be fair, I don't think it is peculiar to just this phone alone. Every smartphone that has been around for a while, whether Samsung, Pixel, or even the iPhones, tend to overheat once you start, working on them. So it really isn't a deal breaker, but it is something you want to keep in mind. That said, it is still one of the best chipsets in this price range that you can get. And let's not also forget that it's a 5G device, so that's definitely a plus. Now let's talk about charging speed. In the past year, we've seen phones that have come with faster charging speed. So the 25 watts we get here isn't so impressive like it used to be, especially when you see competitors offer 33 watts or even more. And then also bigger batteries like 5,500 mAh as against the 5,000 mAh that we have on this smartphone. And honestly, I don't even expect the A36 that will succeed this phone to come with a bigger battery or faster charging, because Samsung, they just like sticking to what they do or what they know. But still, I would say 25 watts charging and 5,000 mAh battery isn't a bad deal for a sub $300 phone right now. Charging takes a while, yeah, about 1 hour 15 minutes for me to get it to full charge, and battery life is also pretty good. I get close to 7 hours screen on time, so that means I can use this phone for a day and a half without having to charge it. And that's still pretty decent when you consider that it's been around for 10 plus months. Now let's talk cameras. One of the main reasons why I'm always quick to recommend the A35 to anyone who has a 400K or slightly above budget is because of the camera performance. The ability to shoot 4K videos on both the rear and the front camera for me is goated. That means you get really high quality videos if you're a content creator or whatever it is that you do. And also the fact that it has both gyro and electronic image stabilization means footage will always come out fairly stable on this smartphone. Those are functionalities you don't really get to see in similarly priced phones like this one. Now, when it comes to pictures, I would say HDR processing is super impressive, like super impressive. Colors appear really sharp in pictures and photos turns out overall pretty nice. What do you think about these pictures? Let me have your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, switching to the selfie, it's a 13 megapixel selfie camera, and I would say, yeah, it takes very good selfies. Although I feel it could still be better, but what I always do most times when I take pictures that appear a little blown out, like what you're looking at right now, is just to remaster them. And once you do that, yeah, it helps to enhance the pictures. So if you take any pictures, whether with the front or the back cameras, and you really don't like how they look, just remaster it. That's one of the perks you get with Samsung phone. You'll be satisfied at least once you do that. Even in low lighting conditions, the photos did not disappoint. They still look really good. Now, the A35 also comes with object eraser, which we all know it's how you take away objects or people from pictures that you don't like. But the fact that it is about the only AI feature in this smartphone really makes it a bit obsolete. Normally, I will make a big deal out of this, but once One UI 7 starts to roll out, I would expect some of those AI features it comes with to come into this phone. Now, what are my final thoughts? I would say 10 months later, the Samsung Galaxy A35 is still highly recommendable to anyone who has about 400K or a little above to spend on a smartphone, because it offers you the best when it comes to excellent camera functionalities with 4K recording and video stabilization. When it comes to the display, it is top-notch, 120Hz smooth motion, Super AMOLED, deep blacks, nice colors. Yeah, you get to enjoy everything about it. The speakers also sound super nice, and the fact that it's IP67 rated means the build quality is super good. So I would rate it a solid 8 out of 10 in terms of price, performance, camera quality, and overall value that this smartphone offers. So let me know what you think about the Samsung Galaxy A35 in the comment section below. Do you still think it's something you want to buy right now with your 400 or 450K cash? Or do you have even other options that maybe I missed out on? Just let me have your thoughts, in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and as usual, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll catch you guys in my next video.